Attention, Bears fans. Explosive news is shaking the team's backstage right at the start of training camp. One of the main pillars of the defense is facing a serious physical problem that could turn into a nightmare for the season's ambitions. And if that wasn't enough, on the offensive front of pressuring the opposing quarterback, the scenario is full of uncertainties and negotiations that could rekindle hope or deepen concern. What's behind these moves? Who is the main character of this story that is far from its end? Get ready for a hot script full of revelations. Welcome. Show your support for the Bears by reaching 100 likes on today's video. Jaylon Johnson, the standout cornerback of the Chicago Bears, is out of activities at the beginning of training camp due to a leg injury suffered during the offseason. This news does not sit well for a team already facing defensive difficulties and counting on him as its best defender and coverage position. Initially, Johnson was placed on the non-football injury list, raising doubts and speculations about the real cause of his absence. Fans even speculated he might be unhappy with his contract, in a cornerback market that had an explosive valuation recently, something that could trigger extra issues within the roster. However, General Manager Ryan Poles affirmed the cause really is the injury and that Jaylon will be absent for a few weeks. The expectation is his recovery before the season opener, but the immediate absence already brings repercussions. Given this situation, the coaching staff must act quickly to adjust a defense that, besides missing its main piece, has questions about the pass rush performance. The Bears' defensive system was not unanimous last season, and losing a player of Jaylon Johnson's caliber, who is a key component in long pass coverage, can jeopardize the whole unit's balance. Starting training camp with serious doubts about the pressure on the opposing quarterback leaves the defense in a dangerous spot, potentially an easy target for opponents. If Johnson takes too long to recover, the impact may echo throughout the entire campaign, turning what seemed like a temporary injury into a chronic problem. It's essential the team uses the initial weeks to strengthen defensive alternatives because his absence creates a void that cannot be ignored. Historically, the Chicago Bears have boasted a solid defense, but in recent seasons performance has been inconsistent, especially in the secondary. Jaylon Johnson's talent represented a breath of fresh air, offering security and consistency to the system. The coaching staff will need to assess losses and evaluate whether the secondary players can fill this temporary gap without compromising competitiveness. Additionally, free agent markets and internal options can be key to mitigating the injury's impact. In recent Bears games, his presence was crucial to neutralize opposing offensive threats, limiting elite receivers or supporting containment of long aerial plays. The fans know blindly trusting backups is risky, and all offseason work could go down the drain if the defense doesn't rebalance quickly. This injury arrives at a delicate moment for Ryan Poles, who has been working hard to trigger a positive reaction from the team. The GM will have to handle not only Johnson's medical treatment but also the pressure to reinforce the defensive line. The offseason market is hot, and the temporary loss of the elite cornerback intensifies debate on the need for pass rush alternatives. This decision will be crucial for strategic planning since incoming pieces need to sustain the load and increase pressure capability until Johnson returns fully. Meanwhile, the Bears' defense starts the season with many questions needing quick resolution. The chemistry between the pass rush and secondary is fundamental, and the absence of the starting cornerback may leave the defense vulnerable, especially against aggressive aerial attacks. This scenario forces tactical changes and pushes the coaching staff to prioritize adjustments in formations and coverage strategies, testing players who previously had less game rhythm. Since off-season start, doubt about the sustainability of the defensive sector existed, but now it's crystal clear and requires concrete measures. If the Bears fail to overcome this hurdle efficiently within the squad and make quick adjustments, the impact may reflect in poor early results, damaging team and fans' confidence. The posture of the coaching staff and Ryan Poles himself will be closely observed to gauge the capacity to react amid adversity. Jaylon Johnson's absence in training camp first weeks is a harsh test for roster resilience and planning. The expectation is his experience and leadership to be fundamental in the rest of the season, but the immediate challenge is filling the gap and maintaining competitive defense. Moving from defensive drama to pass rush analysis, another piece directly stirs hopes of strengthening this sector. Jadeveon Clowney, a renowned edge rusher, is in contact with 4 or 5 teams exploring chances to sign for the season, and the burning question is, are the Bears among them? This news has stirred the market and fueled fan curiosity since ideally the team would use this opportunity to reinforce a pass rush needing an experienced piece, particularly facing doubts about internal players. Clowney confirmed he wants to play this season, adding to the anticipation. However, competition is fierce. According to journalist Josina Anderson, the list of teams talking to Clowney includes multiple candidates, indicating a fierce contest and possibly the Bears are not among the favorites. While names like Von Miller have expressed interest, Chicago's front office hasn't signaled clearly whether they'll pursue such a big signing now or keep faith in their rotation. The Bears have a young roster with some promises but still need to prove they can meet expectations without costly reinforcements. It's worth noting Ryan Poles emphasized the need to evaluate players better during training camp before making final decisions on adding pass rushers. The performance of Dominique Robinson and Austin Booker, backups to Montez Sweat and Dayo Odeyingbo respectively, will determine if the team must look externally. Technical analysis at this phase is crucial to avoid budget excesses and mistaken bets. Poles knows positioning an expensive player in rotation without certainty of impact may compromise future team prospects. Even with the possibility of signing Clowney, there are relevant financial constraints. Bears have about $13.4 million salary cap space to sign someone, a significant amount but requires responsible use. Acquiring a player of this caliber directly affects future moves, especially when the team still needs to address other roster gaps. So, the process of evaluating and choosing will be heavy, considering not only talent but fit with team culture and dynamics. So far, Bears have worked out several players but none in edge rusher positions, suggesting the initial plan is to trust the current base. Players like DJ Chark and Thomas Gordon have been evaluated, but pass rush has not seen external additions yet. This may indicate confidence in young backs or a cost-saving strategy amid market uncertainties. Still, the buzz around Jadeveon Clowney might surprise and cause quick changes depending on early camp performances. Pressure mounts for Bears to assemble a competitive pass rush group able to challenge opposing quarterbacks, a sector tough for the team in recent years. Signing Clowney would be an immediate qualitative leap, but it also involves financial risks and the challenge of integrating a veteran into a young system. This balance is what Ryan Poles and coaching staff aim to maintain, protecting the future without sacrificing needed improvement translated into wins. These two news pieces depict exactly a roster seeking to find its balance between limitations and high expectations, fighting against misfortunes while exploring reinforcement chances. Under this perspective, Bears urgently need to adjust their defense and pass rush to avoid starting the season trapped in negative results. The market promises movement, and the days before NFL's official start will be decisive to confirm or deny these reinforcement plans. Given these facts, the technical and management teams must act intelligently, thoroughly assessing roster performance during training camp, neither rushing nor relaxing pursuit for solutions. Bears fans are rightly concerned about injuries and defensive uncertainties but can nurture hope if the team integrates proper, punctual reinforcements like a possible surprise signing of Jadeveon Clowney. Final opinion: the Chicago Bears face a critical juncture in building their 2025 roster where the combination of their main cornerback's injury and pass rush reinforcement uncertainty might determine the season's success or failure. The front office needs to prove capability balancing financial limits, rigorously evaluating the squad, and deciding if investing in veterans is worth the risk. The timing of these decisions is as vital as on-field talent since the margin for error for a team aiming divisional recognition is minimal. It remains to be seen if Poles will provide the right answer at the right time or if Bears will spiral into further instability. And for you, Bears fan, here is the question. Given this injury and speculation scenario, does the team have real conditions to compete for a playoff spot or do internal difficulties already signal the need for a major rebuild? Share your opinion in the comments and join the debate. Don't forget to like the video, comment your view, and subscribe to the channel for more analyses, exclusive information, and debates about the Chicago Bears and all of the NFL. Total real characters of the script, 8,215.